Australia is known for its whimsical creatures and rich culture. It's no surprise that it has become a treasure trove of bizarre discoveries and amazing creatures, some dating back hundreds of thousands of years. Here are the 20 strangest things recently discovered on this continent. Strolling through Australia, one would hardly wish to encounter a creature so huge that kangaroos seem like harmless critters in comparison. Throughout most of the Pleistocene epoch, from 1.6 million to 40,000 years ago, one could encounter a frighteningly enormous creature in Australia, known as the Diprotodon. This quadrupedal beast had a short body, tail, and thick limbs resembling stumps. The ancient marsupial stood 2 meters tall and weighed over 2.5 tons. It's hard to believe that a marsupial could weigh more than an average car, but previous finds suggest that Australia was once a land of the strangest and most unusual animals, including Diprotodons. The ancient marsupial was 200 times larger than its modern relatives, wombats and koalas. Even assuming these creatures were harmless and fed only on grass, they could have caused an ecological disaster, as a single Diprotodon required about 150 kilograms of leaves and shrubs daily, roughly 100 times more than the food volume needed by an adult human. Giant marsupials lived in groups, staying close to water and away from hills, as they were not very mobile and unlikely to escape in case of a real threat to their lives. Despite their size, it's assumed that Diprotodons were timid and kept away from predators, especially Tasmanian wolves and hungry crocodiles. It's equally astonishing that the Aboriginal people lived peacefully alongside such monsters. Now, the largest marsupial ever to have lived on Earth is considered an extinct species, leaving behind only its bones. Whether the Diprotodon was harmless or hunted humans or perhaps became their prey remains a question. Hopefully, scientists will be able to answer these questions too. In the remote areas of Western Australia, amidst arid lands, lies the site of the oldest meteorite impact, the Yarrabubba crater. Geological studies have established that this formation arose just over 2.2 billion years ago, possibly ending a global glacial period. This is currently the oldest discovery on Earth ever found by scientists. To obtain more accurate results, scientists studied the area using regional mineral samples, particularly zircon and monazite, to more precisely determine the age of the crater. These minerals contain uranium, the decay rate of which is precisely known, allowing for straightforward mathematical calculations. It seems easy, but in reality, scientists had to conduct a series of high-tech scans using modern equipment. The depth of the Yarrabubba crater is gradually decreasing, so it's possible that over time it will simply vanish without a trace. Once stretching 70 kilometers in diameter, now it is just a small red hill in its center, better known as Barlangi Hill. Despite this, the value of the discovery remains unchanged, as the meteorite's impact led to colossal climate changes, defining the further development of Earth and everything that inhabited it. Perhaps if the meteorite had not fallen, Earth would still be in a state of deep freeze, never experiencing a global thaw. In 2020, a team of paleontologists from Monash University in Melbourne conducted excavations that led to the discovery of some of the oldest fossils ever found in Australia. An amazing and somewhat indecorous find shocked the scientists when they uncovered a piece of amber with a rare composition. Even more astonishing was that the stone preserved mating flies, estimated to be about 40 million years old. Amber is a remarkable material capable of preserving organisms trapped inside it. Amber is considered extremely rare in Australia, so the excavation results surprised not only with the discovered flies, but also with thousands of pieces of stone hidden underground. In addition to flies, other well-preserved organisms were found in the amber, which will allow for a better understanding of Australia's ecosystem and the study of insects that lived there 40 million years ago. This spider could be the main fear for any arachnophobe, as its size is astonishing. A fossil the size of a hand was discovered not so long ago, but it could diversify the evolution of spiders in Australia, showing how the continent has changed over time. The giant trapdoor spider is particularly significant, as it is only the 4th fossilized arachnid discovered on the Australian continent. This is the first fossil of a trapdoor spider from the family Barichellidae found by world experts. The new species has been officially named Megalodon McCluskey in honor of Dr. Simon McCluskey, who discovered this specimen. This enormous creature lived approximately 16 million years ago in the Miocene, the first epoch of the Neogene period. This find is the second largest trapdoor spider fossil discovered on Earth, being 5 times larger than similar species currently inhabiting the planet. The giant's body has a diameter of about 2.5 centimeters, with leg length around 5 centimeters, which may not seem impressive, but for a spider, these are considerable sizes. The presence of such a spider species in the fossil record can tell us a lot. 15 million years ago, Australia was covered with dense tropical forests, but severe droughts that occurred during and after the Miocene changed this. Trees were replaced by deserts, and the spiders, Monodontium and Megamonodontium, disappeared. Now their modern representatives are much smaller, living only in Indonesia, Singapore, and Papua New Guinea. Finding fossilized trapdoor spiders is likely to remain difficult as they camouflage themselves in burrows, lying in wait for prey. A burrow is not a suitable environment for fossilization, so the chance that some spider found better conditions for this is minimal. In the remote areas of Australia, an unexplained spectacle has puzzled and even frightened observers who have seen mysterious glowing orbs. Appearing suddenly at night before a person, they literally hover in the air, enchanting and causing apprehension simultaneously. In Queensland, the Boolyashire Council informs visitors that they are in the land of the Min Min lights and may see them if they travel along the highway at night. These lights are truly captivating as they can move quickly and change color, approaching the observer or running away before disappearing without a trace. Scientists have put forward various theories to solve the mystery of the Min Min lights. Some claim it is a natural phenomenon, similar to a mirage, where light is refracted. Others believe that the glowing orbs occur between layers of air with different temperatures. There are also more unconventional explanations, such as luminescent insects or phosphorescent gases creating this effect. However, all these are just hypotheses, as science has not been able to provide a definitive answer, and the Min Min lights become a source of Aboriginal legends and stories. The indigenous people treat the lights with respect, considering them to be the spirits of elders caring for the country and its prosperity. The thorny dragon, devil, or moloch. All these are names of a small lizard, a member of the agamid family, living in the sandy deserts of Western and Central Australia. The thorny devil might be one of the most whimsical and interesting creatures on the continent. The lizard is covered from head to toe in a shell of intimidating spikes, aiding its survival in harsh conditions. Constantly in search of food and water, the thorny devil collects rainwater and dew, directing it from its skin straight into its mouth. The distinctive appearance of the moloch, its harmless nature and sluggishness, make it a charming and unusual creature, inspiring admiration and curiosity. Notably, the spikes on its head, unlike the others, have bones. The goldish-brown spots in the lizard's coloration help it camouflage, and its neck has a pillow-like growth, making the process of collecting, storing, and transporting water to the mouth more efficient. The thorny devil is a myrmecophage, eating only ants, so it poses no threat to humans. The lizard is one of the first words that comes to mind when thinking of Australia. Locals encounter them almost every day, but not everyone manages to make a unique discovery. A strange, lizard-like amphibian species was discovered just last year. Experts believe that the identified creature inhabited Australia around 247 million years ago. Initially, the amphibian's remains were found by retired farmer Michael Michaelidis in New South Wales in 1997. While repairing a broken garden wall using a sandstone slab weighing over a ton, he discovered something unusual. Cutting through the outer layers of the stone, the farmer found the fossilized remains of an unknown creature at the time. After excavating the relic, Mikhail contacted the Australian Museum in Sydney to report his find, and then transferred the fossil there. Experts, including paleontologist Lankin Hart, tried to learn more about the discovery and began studying the remains. It took scientists more than 25 years to uncover the truth hidden behind the fossil. Fortunately, another well-preserved and almost complete skeleton was found, allowing researchers to end the long-standing mystery. Hart and other paleontologists suggest that the amphibian was about 1.5 meters long, and its body shape resembles the modern Chinese giant salamander, especially in head structure. At the same time, this creature is significantly larger than its modern descendants, as evidenced by the size of the ribs and outlines of the soft tissues. The predatory amphibian is believed to have lived in the freshwater lakes and streams of Sydney. The identified amphibian species has been named Araneopeton supinatus, which translates from Latin as sand reptile on its back. This species belongs to the family Temnospondyli, resilient amphibians known to have survived 2 of the 5 mass extinction events on Earth, including numerous volcanic eruptions that wiped out almost all dinosaurs inhabiting the planet. This discovery is a wonderful addition to the paleontological chronicle of Australia, as only 3 fossils belonging to the family of resilient amphibians had been identified here before. Hidden along the riverbanks of eastern Australia, the platypus astonishes with its unique appearance. Europeans, encountering this aquatic mammal for the first time, couldn't believe its reality, considering it a deception. The platypus is unique as it combines features of various animals, challenging conventional classifications. Nevertheless, it enchants everyone from wildlife enthusiasts and photographers to scientists studying living organisms on our planet. Almost everyone has heard of the platypus, as it is one of the most remarkable creatures currently living in Australia. Laying several eggs, they reproduce relatively quickly, as it takes only about 10 days for the embryo to mature. As one can guess from the mammal's name, its distinctive feature is a duck-like bill, extremely sensitive to touch. It is covered with special receptors that detect and track the electrical signals of prey while feeding in water. Apart from its appearance, platypuses differ from other mammals by the absence of a stomach. They use horned jaws to grind food, which then passes through stomach-like structures, ensuring efficient digestion. Another interesting fact is that the platypus is a venomous mammal with rudimentary horned spurs on its hind legs. The spurs fall off in females with age, but in males, they continue to grow, producing a complex cocktail of venoms capable of killing a small animal. The venom is not lethal to humans, but can cause swelling and severe pain. So if you encounter a platypus in the wild, it's best not to try to pet or hold it. Finding and seeing this creature is not difficult, but the world only learned about them relatively recently. It was only in 2013 that biologists managed to spot bright pink slugs hidden on the summit of an extinct volcano in northern New South Wales. This unique fluorescent pink slug seems surreal, and it's hard to believe in their existence. These creatures can reach a length of 20 centimeters and lead a very secluded life, which has helped them remain unnoticed. The alpine forest on the summit of Mount Kaputar has been preserved as a remnant of Australia's geological past. This was the result of a fortunate set of circumstances, as the continent's climate has drastically changed, becoming drier. The eruption of Mount Kaputar 17 million years ago helped maintain a cooler and more humid climate, preserving the bright pink slug, the hairy snail, the cannibal snail, and other unique species found only here. These creatures are not poisonous, and their color is an attempt to camouflage themselves from predators. At the end of 2019, bushfires nearly completely destroyed the habitat of the bright pink slugs, but they managed to survive by hiding in rock crevices. Australia seems to be a frightening place where the most unusual and astonishing crawlers are gathered. The giant earthworm only confirms this assumption. The Oligochaetae worm of the family Megascelechidae was first discovered in Gippsland, Victoria, in 1878. Rail workers there were shocked by the find and initially thought it was a giant snake. Unprepared for such an encounter, the workers sent the worm to the University of Melbourne, where experts studied it and recorded it in the pages of Australian zoological literature. This species is endemic to the area around the Bass River and can grow from 0.8 to 3 meters in length, making it a true monster. Despite its impressive size, the Australian earthworm is harmless and has nothing that could harm a human. The giant attracts attention not only with its size, but also with strange, gurgling sounds. Remarkably, it differs from its counterparts, not only in length, but also in habits. The Australian giant lives underground, surfacing only during heavy rains that flood its home. These earthworms are hermaphrodites, and their lifespan is as grand as their size, averaging about 10-12 years. Reproducing cautiously and patiently, the giant worms produce only 1 egg cocoon per year. At birth, the worm is no less than 30 centimeters long and continues to grow by 15-20 centimeters annually. Unfortunately, time has been unkind to these giants, as the development of agriculture and the use of chemicals have reduced their wide range to only 400 square kilometers in southern Australia. Ecologists urge care for the soil, considering the giant precious and not wanting it to become just another extinct exhibit in biology textbooks. A fungus is a somewhat controversial microorganism that can be used as a delicacy in cooking or cause poisonings and other diseases. In 2019, researchers in Western Australia encountered an interesting and quite unusual phenomenon. A fungus adorned with gold became a unique discovery, as it not only stores but also attracts gold particles from its surroundings. The fungus, known as Fusarium oxysporum, produces a unique chemical reaction using superoxide, with which it can indeed dissolve and then excrete gold. Scientists do not understand the reasons behind this interaction, but speculate that it gives the fungus an evolutionary advantage. Practical experiments confirmed that gold-coated fungi are larger and grow faster than those without interaction with gold. Possibly, the gold particles enhance the digestion process. Scientists also speculate that the existence of such fungi can signal gold deposits under the soil, serving as a natural indicator of precious metals. Whether this is true remains unknown, but researchers already believe that this discovery could revive Australia's dwindling gold mining industry. In the crystal-clear waters off the coast of Western Australia, scientists have discovered the world's largest plant, a vast underwater meadow of seagrass known as Posidonia Australis. Recently, evolutionary biologists from the University of Western Australia became interested in the genetic diversity of seagrasses in the waters of Shark Bay. Their goal was not only to study the algae's genome, but also to use the information for the restoration of the most vulnerable species. As part of the project, samples of algae were taken from different areas of the bay using 18,000 DNA markers to decode their genomes. The result was astonishing, as the genetic fingerprint was identical. As a result, the giant underwater meadow, stretching over 180 kilometers, is actually a single plant, now a protected cultural heritage, estimated to be just over 4,500 years old. It's hard to imagine, but this underwater space looks like a dense forest, all a single plant that has cloned itself. Another remarkable feature of this colony is its polyploidy. The number of chromosomes is twice as many as in regular plants. This is a result of hybridization, causing the seed to receive 100% of the genome from each parent. Usually, such plants are sterile and grow in extreme conditions, but sometimes they can reproduce vegetatively. The genome of the world's largest algae has adapted to the ecosystem, and minor genetic differences within the colony confirm its attempts to cope with environmental changes. In the Mary River flowing through southeast Queensland, an amazing species of short-necked turtle resides. This freshwater reptile is known for its unique physical characteristics and behavior, making it one of the most unusual reptiles in the world. The turtle not only has intelligent eyes, but also a peculiar green mohawk. Visually, it might seem like hair, but in reality, these are algae growing on the head of the river turtle due to its prolonged stay in water. Among the equally astonishing features of this reptile is a tail, which in male individuals can be 2/3 the length of the shell. The head and shell, covered with algae, serve as excellent camouflage, allowing the turtle to blend into its surroundings and hide from predators. In addition to its appearance, the river turtle has a unique respiratory system, allowing it to breathe through special glands in the extended end part of the rear intestine, cloaca. The Mary River turtle belongs to a lineage of reptiles that diverged from other species more than 40 million years ago. Despite its unique capabilities, this representative of an ancient species faces constant risks, putting the turtle at risk of extinction. Among the main problems are water pollution, illegal pet trade, and habitat degradation. Scientists consider it important to preserve and protect this unique turtle, as its survival will prolong the existence of an ancient reptile species and help maintain the river's ecosystem. If a time machine existed, no one would refuse to travel back in time to learn more about what existed long before humanity. If one were to go to the heart of Australia at that moment, they might encounter a creature remotely resembling the Yeti. The Yowie is a mythical, hairy, bipedal humanoid creature, the Australian equivalent of Bigfoot and the Yeti. Scientists are divided on whether the Yowie actually existed. Some describe it as a reclusive and shy creature, still residing somewhere in the depths of eastern Australia, while others consider it a terrifying predator, about which there would be much more information if it were real. Reports describing this ape-like creature indicate it stands about 3.5 meters tall. Distinctive features of the Australian Yowie include prominent eyebrows, deeply set eyes, and an overall intimidating appearance. There are no facts or evidence to confirm its existence, so the Yowie remains just a character in Australian folklore. At the same time, reports of its tracks continue to this day, and in 2009, a farmer claimed that a Yeti attacked his property, killing dogs and other domestic animals. More than 60,000 years ago, an incredible predatory bird with a wingspan just over 3 meters lived in Australia. The bones of this giant bird were first discovered in Myers Cave in South Australia in 1956, but only now have scientists been able to shed light on the history of these fossils. These predators were officially named Diprotodon gadi, or the powerful eagle of Gad. It resembles the modern-day giant Philippine eagle and the harpy eagle from South America. In modern times, this eagle would have been a leader among predators, thanks to its strong leg bones, indicating it hunted quite large prey, including kangaroos. This late Pleistocene predator was not the only large predator in Australia, sharing its habitat with the wedge-tailed eagle. The claws of the powerful eagle of Gad could have been up to 30 centimeters long, yet strong enough to hold heavy prey. For example, an adult kangaroo weighs about 90 kilograms and could easily become a victim of a hungry eagle. Why did such a strong and monstrous creature become extinct? Presumably, the reason was a decrease in prey, which fits into a logical chain. The extinction of some species inevitably leads to the disappearance of several predators that relied on them for food. Scientists hope that they will find new discoveries that can shed light on how ancient animals and birds interacted with each other and where they lived. In 2021, a paleontology researcher organized an expedition during which 28 bones were found scattered deep among boulders. This may allow us to learn more about the 3-meter eagle and the reasons for its disappearance. Researchers were puzzled not long ago when a giant metallic cylinder washed up on the shore of Greenhead Beach in Western Australia. The mysterious object immediately attracted the attention of the police, who asked people to keep a safe distance from it. No one understood where this cylinder came from and whether it posed a threat to the curious local population. Some speculated that it might be part of an alien spacecraft, while others thought the found object could be part of the missing Malaysian airplane MH370. Unexplained things often give rise to wild theories. However, the police and experts from the Australian Space Agency decided to clear up any misunderstandings, stating that the mysterious cylinder was a common and unremarkable object. They speculated that the giant metallic cylinder was part of an Indian polar satellite launch vehicle launched in 2017, and most likely it was its fuel tank. Not long ago, vandals damaged ancient rock art by the first humans. Breaking into Cunalda Cave in South Australia, they destroyed a sacred indigenous rock painting. The perpetrators not only bypassed barbed wire but also dug under steel gates using graffiti to defile the limestone walls. These Ice Age artworks, illustrating the life of Aboriginal people, were considered sacred by the local community. Archaeologists confirmed that the cave's surface is very fragile, and any attempt to erase the graffiti would lead to the loss of precious art. In 2014, these paintings were recognized as a National Heritage Site, but even this fact didn't deter vandals who destroyed rock art that had been untouched for tens of thousands of years. For several months, authorities worked to strengthen the protection of this site, including installing surveillance cameras to monitor the perimeter in real time. The idea was good, but the project was implemented too late to prevent the act of vandalism. In 1989 and 2011, strange eggs were found in Australian waters, but only now has their mystery been unraveled. The unique longitudinal ridges, having a T-shaped cross-section, did not resemble any known shark species, baffling scientists. Further research revealed that the eggs belong to a new, still unknown species of deep-sea cat sharks known as demon sharks, easily recognizable by their characteristic glowing eyes. For a long time, scientists couldn't decipher the secret of these eggs until they discovered a new collection and compared it with older specimens. Experts conducted an analysis, confirming that the eggs belonged to the same species of sharks. In 2011, when a dead pregnant female shark was caught off the coast, it was thought to be a ghost shark. Only a comparison with the peculiar egg capsules gathering dust in a museum storage revealed that it was a special shark named Apresturus ovicorrugatu. Scientists will now have to review all old finds to avoid mistakes in identifying museum exhibits. The thylacine, also known as the Tasmanian tiger or Tasmanian wolf, is an extinct species of carnivorous marsupial, eradicated by humans in the 1930s. This creature with an unusual appearance roamed the land with a striped back and canine-like appearance, being a marsupial predator more closely related to kangaroos and koalas. The last official record of the animal living in captivity dates back to 1936. Before the arrival of humans, its habitat spanned all of Australia, as well as the islands of Tasmania and New Guinea. The thylacine was the largest known carnivorous marsupial that existed until recently. Among its features, its jaw could open unusually wide. The angle between the upper and lower jaws could reach about 80 degrees. Also, the Tasmanian wolf had an unusual stomach that stretched during feeding to swallow larger prey. These characteristics contributed to the thylacine's reputation as one of the strangest and most dangerous creatures in Australia. Officially, it is considered extinct, but in Australia, there are still reports suggesting that this species exists, and some claim to have witnessed it. Such claims have led to numerous expeditions and scientific research, particularly on the island of Tasmania, to confirm or refute the continued existence of the Tasmanian wolf. In 2018, experts were shocked when they encountered a fossil protruding from a rock. On a beach in Victoria, they found a massive tooth, astonishing and shocking in size, as it was hard to imagine the size of the creature that had such teeth. Subsequent research revealed that it was not just a fossil, but a tooth measuring 7 centimeters in length, belonging to the largest shark known as Megalodon. Nowadays, there is plenty of information about the great white shark, but imagine the scientists' surprise when they discovered a tooth twice the size of any other oceanic representative. The ancient shark was the subject of maritime legends, and its length was about 9 meters. Equally astonishing, upon returning to the beach, scientists found several more fossils. As a result of their searches, they discovered 40 teeth, making the discovery truly unique. And that's all from me. If you liked this video, don't forget to rate it, subscribe to the channel, and click the bell. Your activity is the best reward for me. Thank you for your attention. See you soon.